You've just entered the law offices of Quibble, Squabble, and Bicker. If you've come for actual legal advice, you need to turn right around, honey. You need to get out of here, 'cause you ain't gonna get none of that. They quibble, and they squabble, and they bicker. But if you want to hear meaningless opinions, this is the right place. They got plenty of that. Stuff that makes no sense at all. They go off on tangents. It's crazy talk. If that's your thing, keep listening. They'll keep talking.
Oh no no, oh no no, it's another episode of the Law Offices of Quibble, Squabble, and Bicker. You've entered the Law Offices of Quibble, Squabble, and Bicker. Yay!
Welcome back to another episode of the Law Offices of Quibble, Squabble, and Bicker on this February 17th, 2021. We have a very special guest today. We have psychic and medium Artie Hoffman, all the way from the Golden Gate of New Jersey, as we can see in the background. And he's what's called a master level psychic, medium, and spiritual advisor for over 2 decades. He's helped change many, many lives. Good or bad, I'm not sure, but we're going to trust him that whatever he says, everything he says is real, and we cannot doubt anything. So,
do you use your powers for good, Artie, or for evil? How do you use your powers?
It depends who pisses me off. No,
I'll be very civil.
I think you two are going to get along. Greg's from New York.
I don't know. It depends. It depends which one of my past girlfriends you ask.
Well, your publicist was telling me that
good.
Your publicist was telling me that you write erotica or something like that. Is that what you do with?
No, I do write. I have written pieces that, definitely get people's juices flowing. That is more or less like a hobby I do.
Oh, okay.
But, that's nothing that I do so much as professionally. I mean, I tried to make a go at it one time, but for some reason it just wasn't taken. I mean, it's really good stuff, I got to tell you, but for some reason there's a knack to marketing with this, and I didn't realize it was going to be as hard as it is. So it's something that I didn't really push, but instead I just instead write it for a girl who I really appreciate, because when you get in the mood, my mind gets rolling. Like, to give you an example, I wrote, I mean, not that it's erotica, but I just wrote my second book, and I'm in the process of about to send it off to a publisher to get it done. It hopefully should be completed by March 1st. To be sold, I would think, by March 1st. But so I'm pretty excited about it.
Is the sequel to Angels and Answers?
Yeah, and it's called Have Your Angels Call My Angels.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like Devils and Questions.
I thought it was going to be called Letters to Penthouse Forum.
You know what? That's actually not a bad name for my third book, Devil's Advocate. Angel style.
Have you ever written a letter to Penthouse Forum, Artie?
No, but I should have.
Yeah,
I definitely should have, because let me tell you something. My erotica stuff that I have written is good enough to be put in any magazine, I'll tell you.
So it's more than just a Harlequin romance type thing. It's like full blown, get into it type of stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, well, it starts off as very. Put it this way: the way I write,
like
you would emotionally be as if you are living the moment. Like, I write it with such detail that not only am I just describing the physical, but I'm describing the emotional feelings and the words that come out of people's mouths in the moment while you're in that heavy duty moment.
Like the sickiness of it all.
Describing the fluids.
Like a scratch and sniff
flow
kind
of it all.
Book, maybe. You scratch the page and, oh yeah, that's steaming.
Oh, right, scratch and sniff. Yeah, that's not a bad way to get something going. That's pretty funny.
I'm a marketing guy, just trying to throw things out there for you. I held on to the words of marketing. Marketing this kind of material is hard. It takes a lot of push.
Yeah, that's right. You got to push hard.
I was picking up on the vibe. Yeah,
you got to push hard in marketing.
You got to push hard every day.
This new campaign we're doing is erect.
So what does it take to become a master level psychic? Do you get like different belts, like a white belt and a yellow belt and a green belt?
Now, you know what? There are people who get certificates because they say that that they trained under certain, professionals, or they trained at certain schools. You know what? The bottom line is, when you're good, you're good. And when you suck, you suck. It's as simple as that. No certificate is going to give you the clout. You know what is my certificate? All the referrals that I get from all the people, from other clients. When I'm good enough for someone that they want to tell them about me, that's my certificate. I don't need a piece of paper to tell me how good I am or whatever. It's just about being real with the people, helping people, making a difference in people's lives. I give people back their confidence, back their power. I make them feel good about themselves. And that's what it's all about. And then, you do the hokey pokey, and that's what it's all about.
Well, I mean, I got to be honest with you. You've got basically 3 skeptics here, and
that doesn't mean anything to me. Skeptics. I mean, half my, not half, I'd say maybe 1/4 of my clients. And like you said, I've read for over 32,000 people. So in my 32 years of doing this, so probably about 1/4 of them are skeptical. And then once I do it, there are people who call me up and say, Artie, I've been to a few psychics and I don't know who's good and who's not. Can you tell me something before I hire you? They want to ask me like really deep, important questions first. And I go, no. I go, I've been doing it for 32 years and I've read for 32,000 people and I've been on TV and radio. I said, if you don't think my criteria is good enough for you, then you can go to somebody else. And
Right.
I'm not saying this to sound cocky. It's just like, people.
Yeah, you have to be like that. That makes sense to me. It's like, as a creative, people will say, hey, look, before I hire you to do my logo, can you spin up a bunch of shit? I'm like, no, that's what I do. That's why you pay me. My question is this, because it was interesting. You said certification and training. To me, it's always seemed that being a psychic is something that's innate or natural, something you're born with, some sort of gift. But you're saying that there's a training procedure. Some people who maybe have a small amount of that gift go to the right trainer and they can increase that gift. I'm curious to know how that works.
Well, exactly. So I'll tell you my little story. I don't know if you read my story at all, but I wasn't born with the gift. It's not like my family had, I was raised, in a Jewish family, and, my religion is my culture is based upon Judaism, but I'm much more spiritual than I am religious. But nobody in my family does what I do at all, even extended family. There might, people will be intuitive, yes, but as far as considered psychic or medium, a psychic tells the past, present, and future, will tell you the outcomes of situations, which is what I do, of all situations, whether it be personal, business, love, medical, legal. It makes no difference. Just whatever it is, it is. People have come to me asking me advice on their pets. I'm no veterinarian, but I've given detailed answers of what's going on with their circumstances with their pets. What's really funny, it's like somebody says to me, I'll tell you a few funny stories. Somebody says to me, Art, what's my boyfriend thinking? Like, where is he at? Like, where do you see us going? And so playfully, I'll say to them, well, give me his number. I'll give him a call and ask.
Get to the point.
There you go.
So, or there are girls that will call me up and say, hey, Art, because I do a Facebook live show every Sunday night. I do it for free for 1 hour. And so some girls will type in and say, Art, when do you see me getting pregnant? So my common response to them is, when you stop watching my show and you get in your bedroom, I said, your odds go way up.
Well, that makes me curious, because you said you've had a number of girlfriends. Did you ever do a reading on them to make sure that they're going to stick around a little bit longer than the last one?
Well, why do you think they're my girlfriends?
Oh, you kept them all?
Or even my wives, But the thing is, now, to be honest with you.
So you're not Jewish, you're Mormon.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Somewhere down the road, there's got to be a Mormon in me, right? There's got to be a Mormon down the road. God bless their soul, whoever they are. No, so I believe in the King Solomon days where you had many wives. No, I'm only kidding.
Do you ever use your psychic powers to get women? Because you can read a woman when you're hooking up with a woman, like hitting on her. Do you?
No, well, the thing is,
you have sex with everybody they ever had sex with, whenever you do have sex with them.
No, well, the thing is, all my female friends, they're not girlfriends. I have one girl who I'm very special with, but I from reading them, or first, that's how I meet all my female friends. And when I say female friends, I say female friends because they're not my girlfriends per se, just female friends. So that's the best way to describe it. And the people who are close to me in my life, they're all come from me and me doing readings with them, because, certain people you're going to develop, you have that special chemistry in the moment. And it's not like I'm trying to go to bed with anybody, in the moment. It's not my intention. Some of them, it led to that, and others, we're just platonic friends. Most of them are just platonic friends, and that's totally fine. I mean, I even have guy friends that are just guy friends, not that I'm not bisexual, but the funny thing is, because I do what I do, there are a decent amount of people. Actually, my last wife, when she first met me, she thought I was gay, not realizing that I'm all man. So, and yeah, so anyway, but that's how, what I do for a living is, it does have its benefits as far as on a personal note, but I don't try to manipulate anybody. It's not my intentions to manipulate anybody. I just want to be a genuine, because if you have to manipulate anybody about anything, I don't care, not me, it could be you, it could be your neighbor, it could be anybody. But if you have to try to manipulate or really strongly convince somebody to think the way you do, or to like you, or to be, then it's not worth it. You should not be with that person,
Sure.
What made you choose this as like a way of life, though? I mean, it's got to be, you could do, I don't know, door-to-door sales, or you could be a psychic, or you could be, a dog
brain
trainer.
surgeon.
Right, or whatever. What led you to like this particular path? I mean, it's an unusual one. I mean, you have to admit that not everybody does it, obviously. So
Yeah.
what caused you to go,
question.
you know what, this is the thing for me. I'm going to, I don't know, commune with dead people? I mean, do you do that?
Well, I do that too. I originally just started off just as shits and giggles, to be honest with you. So how the story began, I was 27 years old. I was approximately 27 years old. And, I have my own window cleaning, power washing business besides doing this full time.
Okay.
I have a window cleaning, power washing business that runs itself. I have a few people who work for me. You'll like the name of it. It's called Peeping Tom's Window Cleaning.
Hey, Brandon,
Nice.
didn't you have like a window cleaning business way back in the day?
Yeah, I did. It was my first business right out of high school. I had
it's called the Sunshine Boys, right?
Yeah, I had it was called Crystal Clear Window Cleaning, and I washed windows in Anchorage, Alaska. But yeah.
Were you the guy who stood on the median in the highway and washed people's windows? Is that how it worked?
That's how I started, and then it graduated.
Then you grew.
A little spit shine on the windshield, and
on the back of my business card, it says, "Everyone enjoys looking at a nice piece of glass."
You're all about the innuendos, aren't you, Artie?
Yeah.
Your bad jokes will serve you well here.
Yeah, well, thank you. And on my business card, it says binoculars not included. But everyone likes this sense of humor. It's either you're going to love me or hate me, but a majority of the people love the name. But let me tell you how I got started. I'll answer your question. Yes. But everything I told you is true. I'm not exaggerating anything. So I really do have a business that is called that. But any case, so here I am, 27 years old, and I wasn't fully satisfied with how my life was going. I mean, I had everything going right on the surface. I'm married, have a nice house, beautiful cars, vacations. Her family loved me. My family loved her, speaking of my ex-wife. And later on, we had a daughter. So, and I had lots of friends, but yet I still felt like there was more to me than, what was going on. So I'm having a conversation with God. I said, God, you need to give me answers, give me clear answers. And please don't scare the hell out of me when you do. Well, those were my exact words. I'm not exaggerating or trying to be funny. So I go into my kitchen, and there's a bunch of junk mail there. And while I was sifting through everything, there was a postcard there from the Edgar Casey Foundation. And it said, how would you like to develop your psychic ability and intuitiveness? Come to the Edgar Casey Foundation for this one weekend seminar. So I looked at it. I said, damn, I didn't know you could learn how to do this. I thought either you had it or you didn't.
And was this something you believed in when you saw the postcards? Like, did you think people had psychic abilities?
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen psychics before in my life.
Okay.
But I felt that everybody who I saw before, came from a legacy of psychics, or they were born as a psychic or medium, whatever. A medium is somebody who could communicate to the dead. So, and communicate to angels, which I do both. So, besides being a psychic and a hell of a nice guy. So
and a part-time writer of erotica.
Yes.
There you go. I got it all. I'm a smorgasbord, I tell you. So here I am. I went to that one weekend seminar. My wife did. I said, "You want to go to this? It looks pretty exciting." She says, "I don't give a crap about that. You can go if you want. I don't want to go." So I went away to that one weekend, and it literally changed my life forever. So there was about 50 of us in one large room at the Edgar Cayce Foundation, and so we were all sitting there, and the guy is speaking, about life, about spirituality, about opening up your heart, and everything's unconditional and everything's limitless. And then they start to play this celestial, beautiful, spiritual music. And it was very nice. It was very beautiful, pleasant atmosphere. And, like I said, you had 50 people from all different parts of the country. And it was quite interesting. So after they got us into that zone, emotionally, spiritually, they said, "Okay, everyone, just when you break up into a group, you pick your partner, whoever it is. Nobody knew anybody. Just tell them whatever comes to your mind. Don't judge it. Don't worry about being right or wrong. Just share your thoughts." And so I did. And people were telling me how accurate I was. And I was like blown out of the water that I was actually capable of telling people things about themselves as they were doing back to me.
So what was like the process there? I want to get back to that moment where you were like blown out of the water. So what was the thing that made you go, "I'm good at this"? What was the specific thing? Do you recall?
Well, the thing is that because it happened quite a few times over the weekend of that, of telling people about themselves, like there was no way that I would know this. So we were broken up. So the first experience, the very first experience is that he broke everybody up into like groups of eight or nine people. And we were all in a circle. And so he said, "All right, everybody, close your eyes. And I want you to hum." And so we all went hum, hum. So everyone is in that same spiritual zone of that frequency, of that vibration. And he goes, "There's going to be one person in the group, and you're going to go around, take turns. There's going to be one person in the group that's going to stop humming." And we picked the person where it was going to start and then go around from there. He said,
"This is like musical hums."
Yes. Like Duck, Duck, Goose.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say more of a Duck, Duck, Goose kind of thing, really.
Yeah.
No, actually it wasn't. So anyway, we picked one person. And so all of a sudden that person starts saying the ABCs. So everybody's eyes are closed except for the person who is saying their ABCs. Everyone is zeroed in on that one person's voice.
Mm-hmm.
And so as soon as he finished saying the ABCs, or her, you would go to the person next to that person and say, "Okay, what did you get from that person? Say anything that came to your mind." So when it was my turn and we were zeroing in on the guy, I said, "I'm seeing a rectangular shape." I said, "It starts off wide and then it it's like kind of shaved off a little bit towards the bottom." And I said, "I'm seeing that rectangle, but there's a shave towards the bottom." And he said, "Can you get anything from that?" And the guy said, "No." And so anyway, so the person right next to me said, "I'm seeing farm animals. I'm seeing lots of kids and farm animals." And so anyway, so the fella said, "Well, all my cousins, my siblings and my cousins, we used to get together with at my grandfather's farm. And we all used to play with each other and play with the animals and the pigs and stuff like that. And his place was in Tennessee." And I said, "Stop. That's what I saw. I saw the shape of Tennessee."
Oh yeah, rectangular, kind of drawn up.
Yeah, shaved off at the bottom. So to me, it was like, it was a little thing, but it was a something because it was related to the story to the guy next to me that this is where it happened.
Now, when you saw this, so what? I guess I'm trying to get an idea of what exactly were you seeing? Because you look out, you see whatever you see with your eyes. So this is something you're imagining in your mind that you saw.
Exactly.
So that you're visualizing this shape in your mind.
Yes.
Okay.
It just came to me. It's like you sitting in the car as a passenger and you're looking out the window and you just think of random shit at the top of your head.
Okay.
No rhyme or reason. You're just thinking of a person or a situation or what you did last week or 85 years ago. You just random thoughts.
So basically what you do is you hone in on the random shit and you make it less random.
Yeah, but so we were
Okay.
just honing in on that person's energy, and then went to the next person, then they went to the next person, and then we were just sharing thoughts, what we felt with the next person, because we all took turns.
And so this
Got it.
happened a few times, and by the end of it, you're like, all right, well, I have some knack for this.
Yeah, I was really excited that I was capable of telling somebody something. So I said to this one lady, we had a break, and she was a sweet little old lady, and she must have been in her 70s. She had beautiful white curly hair and beautiful blue eyes, and she stood all of about 5 feet tall, and she was so adorable. And her name was Anne, and she was just so precious. And so, you know, when we were taking a break and we both stopped each other, like right in the walkway aisle, and I said to her, you know, we were just talking, and I said, Anne, I said, well, I'm looking at you. I said, I don't know why. I said, I'm seeing a square glass, and I'm seeing like an angel in the corner. And she goes, Art, look up to the right, up at the wall, and just look at what you see there. And so I looked, and I never realized this, but there was a window to the right part of the upper wall, because it's a large wall. And there's an angel that was carved in the corner of that window. And she goes, I've been admiring that window all morning long. And I said, wow, that was pretty cool that I picked that up.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I went home, being very, excited about what just happened and that experience. So I got myself a deck of spiritual cards, and then I started reading
tarot
for friends.
cards or something else.
It wasn't tarot cards. It's in the same ballpark, but they were called runes. RUNES.
Okay.
So I got these cards, and they also have stones of runes. There's 25 pieces of stones, and you pick it up, and there's a symbol on it. So instead, I got the cards instead of the stones. So I was reading for friends and family for the next few years. And again, people were telling me how accurate I was as far as the outcomes and what happened. And so at the end of the 3 years, give or take, I got involved with some investments, and I needed some fast cash really quickly. And so I'm thinking to myself, what can I do to make some extra money other than just my window cleaning? And I'm sitting on my couch, and I said, you know what? I know how to do readings. I said, I'll throw an ad in the paper, and it said, if I don't pull through, no charge, because I didn't want people to think that I was ripping them off. I just wanted to genuinely help people or to connect for people. And, if I did good by you, you pay me. And if not, you don't owe me a penny. Just I did what I could for you,
So when you do readings, were you mostly in that time period, or when you were getting started, were you doing readings for people like they were asking you, like, what should I, what should be my path forward? Like kind of trying to help them sort of see their future selves and what path they should take. That was the main thing.
Yeah. And then, and like I said, 90% of the people paid me, because I did good by them. And the 10% could go to hell. No, I'm only kidding. So,
oh, you're not kidding.
No,
they can go
it
to
didn't
hell.
bother me. No, because we just shared a few minutes. We just shared a few minutes together, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it was. And, and that's fine. But, I do say a lot of things will not make sense in the moment. But then all of a sudden, days, weeks, and many months later, 2 and 2 will equal up.
Do you ever think to yourself, am I blowing smoke up people's asses or not?
When I first started this, that's exactly what I thought. Okay. And then what happened was when people were telling me, no, now I tell people, record all your sessions so that when they re-listen to what I told them, they didn't realize what I said until days, weeks, months, even years later, what I said came exactly true. And so it was pretty crazy. So
which was the prediction you made that most surprised you that came true? The one where you went, all right, I definitely the real thing. I know I'm the shit.
Well, there's literally thousands of those moments, no exaggeration. But I'll tell you when
no defining moment there.
No, because I had so many, one after another. But I will tell you this. I'll tell you. Don't worry. Okay. I wrote a book called Angels and Answers, and this story that I'm about to tell you was in the book. And so there was this lady who comes downstairs. You know, I was doing an Artie party because I do Artie party, other than doing individual readings.
An Artie party. Oh, I love you.
Yeah.
Artie party.
Not
I want to
Artie
come to an
party.
Artie party.
Not a party.
You should. There's
Better than
there's
a
lots of
farty
women at
party.
there's lots of women at my Artie parties. Most of them
That's
are
a
women.
tarty party.
No,
All the women are
exactly.
there.
a
Yeah,
farty
lots of
party.
women.
No, a tarty party is different than a farty party.
Yeah, no, for sure. Absolutely. Anyway,
Don't go to the farty party, Brendan.
I tell people,
I
don't
won't.
be tardy. Don't be tardy for my Artie party. So, but
and
here
don't be
I am.
farty at the Artie party.
So no, it doesn't stink. Don't worry about it. Hey, forget about it. So here I am at this party, and this one woman walks downstairs now because I was doing readings at this one party the lady had a finished basement. So I'm doing a reading for this one woman, and when I communicate to people's loved ones who passed away, on the most part, I ask for a picture of that person, whoever you want to connect to, and I look into their eyes, and then they start communicating to me all these thoughts, and I don't judge the picture. It could be a picture of your grandfather when he was 12. I just want to connect to the energy. So here I am. The reading is over. It's their half-hour reading. So the reading is over. And the lady said to me at the end of the reading, she says, Art, she goes, I'm still having a hard time believing that you're actually connecting to my mother. She goes, you told me some things that were general. She goes, and I admit, she goes, it could have belonged to anyone, but what you said, it did, my mother was like that, what you said. But you did say some specific detailed stuff that was also my mother. She goes, but I'm still having a hard time actually believing you're actually connecting to my mother. So I said to her, I said, I can only share with you what the spiritual world shares with me. And then I share it. And I said, I don't know. I said, let me have your mother's picture one last time. So she gave me your mother's picture. And I said, your mom is showing me cows. She goes, well, what do you want me to do with that? I said, I don't know. Your mom's showing me cows. So all of a sudden in my eyes, mind, I saw all the cows stand up, and all of them, there's lots of them, all of them were mooing. So I said to her, I don't know why I'm doing this, but moo. And so she started to cry. And I said, what's the matter? And she started pointing to her mother's picture, and she goes, that's her name. I go, what are you talking about?
Her name is Moo?
Her name's Muriel,
Oh,
but everyone called her Moo.
wow.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That kind of comes out
that's-
of the blue.
That's definitely out of the blue.
Well, that makes
Yeah.
me wonder about a different transition. So you said you reach into the spiritual realm, but before that, it was what you saw in your mind's eye. At what point did you go, this is what I'm seeing in my mind's eye, and next moment there's angels who are tossing things to you like softballs. So how do you know that the angels exist that are giving you this, as opposed to just be something that you're picking up in some intuitive way?
Because I'm telling information, say about your brother, forget about you, but I may be talking about your brother or one of your parents, and the angels are giving me detailed information about your childhood or what happened, or,
So do you see an angel, or how does that work?
No, it's not so much as that I
Like
see
Morse
it. Once in a
code,
blue,
or-
angels appear to me in the purple light.
Okay.
Like all of a sudden they will flash a purple light in front of me, and I'll know that they're there. But I don't always have to see it to know that the angels are there. But when I drive at night, I see beams of purple, especially at nighttime. I see beams of purple on the road. Like you see the light flashing from the car light, head beams. I see beams of purple light down the road all the time. And the angels are letting me know that they're around. And
I saw
could
those
do
when I
that.
was doing acid in the 80s.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that without dropping acid. I could do it naturally. So it's a pretty cool deal.
Interesting.
So
Excuse my
the
ignorance.
first time I've ever experienced that, my wife, who was my wife at the time, was sitting right next to me. I said, oh my God. I said, look at all the purple light. It's all over the cars and over the beach. She's sitting right next to you. I don't see it. I go, what do you mean you don't see it? It's right there. It's obvious. I've never seen it before. I said, there's purple balls of lights like bouncing from car to car and beams of purple all around. She goes, I don't see it. I said, what do you mean you don't see it? It's right there.
And you thought it was a
And
Prince
so-
concert.
Yeah, basically.
Well, that's
Excuse my
fascinating. So how do you
ignorance,
equate
it's
purple
like-
light with angels?
It just is. It's just an intuitive feeling.
Okay.
It's an intuitive thought. You can't explain it. Spirituality breaks all the laws of physics. You can't just explain spirituality at times. Spirituality just is. The physical world, in the physical world, I'll explain to you the logic of the physical and the spiritual world. In the physical world, seeing is believing. In the spiritual world, when you believe, that's when you start to see.
So is it a matter of faith then, really?
100% blind faith. Yes.
Okay.
Or at least
Blind
purple
faith is the best
not
way
so
to
much
do it.
blind.
So it's almost like when somebody goes into the hospital and they have stage 4 cancer or some incurable disease, and then all of a sudden within a day or two, somebody does a healing on them, who's spiritual or who has healing energy. They do a healing on them, and then before you know it, within a matter of a day or two, all the cancer and everything's gone out of their body.
Why can't the purple light, though, be associated with, I don't know, aliens or something as opposed to angels?
Or demons.
Or
now
frogs,
demons would not appear. Well, demons could appear as anything. I mean, the most beautiful angel of all angels was Lucifer, and that's known fact. But so they appear to be. But your intuitiveness will tell you whether you could trust in it. You could trust in the person. You know what? It's like looking at a really, really good-looking girl or a very handsome guy, and just because they have good looks on the exterior, sometimes they appear to be ugly because their personality sucks.
There you go, Greg. I should tell you.
I know.
Don't pick on Greg. We're still early into this show.
I appear a lot uglier because my insides are ugly. I'm incredibly handsome, but I appear uglier because I'm not that pretty on the inside.
But your hat is purple, so I think you've got a case working for you.
It's blue.
Oh, it looks
that
purple
means I'm
from
a
here.
demon.
My wife always tells me I get my colors wrong anyway.
Purple rain.
So Artie,
you've been doing this since.
Excuse
So what year was this? I'm sorry, Greg. I've been taking this over. Go ahead, answer your question, man.
No, I just wanted to say, excuse my ignorance about religion, but are angels compatible with the Jewish faith?
Yes.
The Jews believe in angels?
Well, there's the angel of death in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know if he was giving people advice though.
But the way we see angels
angels are mentioned 100%. Angels are mentioned in the Bible. Yeah.
Oh yeah, in the Old Testament, there's angels all over the place.
Yeah, they're out there killing and smiting people.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, the angels in Gomorrah, Sodom and Gomorrah. I forgot about that.
It's just the Jesus thing, Greg. That's the difference.
Yeah. I just thought that like now we have a more modern day version of angels, that they're very benevolent, sweet little creatures that help everyone. But in the Old Testament, they were bastards. They were like God's hitmen. They were like God's assassins.
Well, certainly some of them were, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you have the angel of death, and you have, but the angel of death isn't necessarily, I mean, according to our human standards, the angel of death is bad, but it's also a blessing when somebody is suffering and the angel of death comes by and allows your soul to lift out of the body so you're no longer in pain.
Yeah. Like Robert Redford in that Twilight Zone episode.
What?
No,
Twilight Zone?
No.
Brad
Pitt in Joe Black. That was, I think,
I love that movie. Love that movie.
It's a great movie.
Awesome movie.
Was that the movie of your life?
No. Now, one of my favorite movies that I really enjoyed, and there's a few of them. You have City of Angels with Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage, right?
Oh yeah.
There's a movie called Life or Something Like It, and that's with Angela Jolie. Great movie.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, that was really good. You should see that because, to the other gentlemen who haven't seen it. So you should really see it. You'll really be entertained by it. And, being that you say you're skeptic, like when you look at it, it's amazing. Also, if you see the movie Ghost Town, Ghost Town isn't about the Wild Wild West, and it's not about devils. It's not about, it's a spiritual movie, but it's like a very good heartfelt movie. And it's called Ghost Town. It's actually many funny moments in that movie, but there's also, it's very, very heartfelt. So you won't be disappointed by looking at the movie Ghost Town.
So you say you speak to people who are deceased. So why would you believe the stuff deceased people are telling you? What if they're still playing jokes on the people who are alive? How do you know what they're telling you is true?
It is true because they joke around and they give me specific details about their life. And I get details on their personality and things they used to say. Like, I have a habit of mimicking people that were passed away, and I mimic their personalities a lot of times. Not all the time. Sometimes I just deliver information. Other times there are other spirits that are stronger than others at delivering messages or the way they come across. So I'll start mimicking their actions, or talk the way they talk, or say the words that they would say, or give them their pet names or whatever. Now, can I do it every time for every single person? No. It depends on the personality of the spirit that I'm communicating to. Now, how this is possible? Right now, see, the body that you have, we are not of our body. That's not who you are. Your body is not who you are. It's your soul and spirit is who you are. Your soul and spirit never dies, never dies. So your soul and spirit is expressing itself in this body that you're in right now. So when you die, it's not you that dies, your body dies, and your soul and spirit lifts up out of your body and says, I'm out of here. And then you go into a different dimension. You go into that heavenly dimension. So, and then you just have the body that's laying there.
So your ability to access all of these dead people, is it because they're
not dead?
Their bodies don't exist. Okay, so
right.
The bodies are dead, but the
Do you
spirits,
hear their
the
accents?
souls, are they all in one place so you can just flip through them like a deck of cards or something? Or how is it you're able to access them so quickly for some individual that you've never met before, where suddenly you're like in connection with somebody that they knew? Are they hanging around like, is it like a giant bus terminal for spirits or something?
To be honest with you, do I know the extreme detail of that? I don't know, to be honest with you. All I know is that they're capable of doing whatever it is that I need for them to do. You know, it's like when I go out, you know, all right, so I'm a psychic and a medium. So when I go out in public, my antennas are always down, you know? And so when I want to turn it on in the moment, on the dime, my angels or spirit guides are there for me, giving me the answers when I want to know it. You know,
right.
but when I'm walking out in public, it's not like, oh my God, I'm hearing information about this guy. I'm hearing information about this girl, or this person's walking up to me. No, it's not like I'm a 24/7. I'm on all the time. There are people who are on 24/7, and I do have friends that are like that, but they suffer from depression because
I was gonna say that's fucking awful.
Yeah, because you're picking up on everybody else's energy, and a lot of it's, you know, sad or negative, and I don't want to deal with that. So for my form of protection, I keep my antennas down, and I'm just me being me.
Right. Now, how does this relate? How does the spirit world and speaking to spirits relate to the whole concept of heaven and hell? Because obviously, certainly in Judeo-Christian, certainly, you know, certain spirits, when you die, your body goes, you know, is dead, and you go to heaven, or you die and you go to hell. Do you only speak to people that are in heaven, or what about somebody that went to hell, or is that even not a thing?
Or is it just
well, I'm about to say something to you that's going to blow you away.
Okay.
I'll be
all right. And I need for you to listen. Don't interrupt there during this part. Just listen. There is only heaven over on the other side. Hell does not physically exist at all. What hell is an emotional experience. That's all it is. It's an emotional experience. So when you're really upset, really angry, really jealous, feeling very vindictive, and you're carrying around lower vibrations of sadness or whatever, that is hell. It's an emotional feeling. That's a living hell. And so whether it be here or over on the other side, that is your hell. There's no physical place for you to go to in hell, because God would not want to hurt anybody, you know. So so if you do wrong or whatever, there is karma. What goes around comes around. So when people do bad things or whatever, it's like, all right, so their soul needs like regrouping, or they need to be refurbished, re-energized, re-nurtured, all right, so that they could do better for their next lifetime. So you say, well, when people kill somebody, you know, what, do they get away with murder, literally? No, because what happens is that this is the part of karma. What goes around comes around. So whether it be in this lifetime or in the next lifetime, if you kill somebody, you will come back as the victim to experience the pain that you gave to other people. So if you stole from somebody, if you hurt somebody, you will come back as the victim of what you put out, but you will also reap the benefits of all the good karma that you put out to other people.
Well, you're kind of
So-
mixing religions. You're like adding Hinduism into this too.
I was going to
It's not
say,
about religion. It's all about spirituality.
Okay.
no,
gotcha.
that's cool. That's cool. So so then you believe in reincarnation as a part of this?
1000%. Yeah.
So
Okay.
Artie, do you think in a previous life I used to make fun of fat people, and this is why I came back this way?
I
think
believe
maybe
so.
that could be part of it.
Yeah.
That has
No.
to be the answer.
I taunted
That, or you
fatties.
ate fat people.
Yeah, maybe.
So I'm going to tell you an interesting story. So a lady, I'm at an Artie party, and a lady comes up to me, and she didn't even sit down on her chair yet, but as she was just walking close to me. Now, I don't do past life regressions. Past life regressions was who you were in your previous life before this lifetime. That's not my forte. Have I seen it before with other people? It'll pop up, but it will pop up for a reason for me to tell this person so they can understand more about themselves. So a lady comes walking over to me, and I said to her, I said, I don't do past life regressions, but I will tell you, I can tell you how you died in your previous life. I said, you walked a plank, that you were pushed or forced off of a ship in the middle of the ocean and you drowned. That's how you died in your previous life. Her response to me says, you know something? That is really weird that you said that to me. And it makes a lot of sense because for whatever reason, she goes, nothing happened to me in this lifetime. But yet for some reason, I was always deathly afraid of being in the middle of the ocean, and I'm afraid of large ships.
Makes sense. So then if somebody dies and then they get reincarnated, there's obviously sort of, I don't know, I'm not trying to be a jerk here. There seems to be like there is a time period where they're not reincarnated, so you're able to speak to them from sort of the spirit realm, but then they become reincarnated, at which point you're not speaking to them.
All right, so this is one of the parts that I don't understand, but I understand that this exists.
Okay.
So put it this way, a soul, a spirit, could divide itself up many times.
Okay.
Over. All right, it just, how? I don't know. And I'm going to give you a perfect example of how that's possible.
Okay.
So if you were to take a piece of paper and rip it in half, and rip it in half, and rip it in half again, and a few times again, you could take each piece of paper and put one in Australia, one in New York City, one in New Jersey, one in Canada. You could put it in all different places. It's the same piece of paper. It's the same soul. And they're able to be at the exact same place at the same time because time and space does not exist at all in the spiritual realm of things. Everything is of the same place, of the same time. So time and space only exist while here on Earth. And that's just to help us learn more about ourselves as far as emotionally, spiritually. So we're here on Earth so people say, why are we here on Earth, or why am I going through all these challenges? We're here to learn about forgiveness, compassion, unconditional love, blind faith, and a couple other sinews. And so when we experience these feelings, we're going to go through some challenging times. But the only way we're able to learn about these emotional experiences is by experiencing it through these challenging times. So, a lot of people say, well, why would, before we're born into this world, we're the ones who pick our parents. We already know how we're going to die and when we're going to die because we picked it. We already know. We know the major people in our life that are going to be in our lives. We already know the major challenges in our lives because we picked it. And then not everything, but a lot of it. And then as soon as
it takes a lot of fun out of everything.
Yeah, but as soon as you're born, you're blessed with amnesia. And now it's time to play the game of life according to all the pieces we picked. So I always tell people, our ultimate goal is to spiritually grow. So to get to that higher level of heaven, we need to, because we want to be of that place of Jesus and Moses and Abraham and all those beautiful spirits and souls. But to get to that place, we need to experience, to be humble, to have compassion. And so I tell people, if you want to be a really good boxer, you have to learn to take a good ass kicking. If you want to, you have to take the punches to be able to become a good boxer. So to spiritually grow, you have to learn to take some decent punches. But some people say, well, why the hell would I pick alcoholic parents or abusive relationships or screwed up kids? Or why would I pick to have, some kind of disease or my family disease or poverty or whatever? Because that was how you chose to learn about all these spiritual experiences.
Since you became a master psychic, Artie, have you ever had a psychic read you? Since you've gotten these skills, have you ever had a psychic read you where that blew you away, where the psychic said, hey, Artie, you might not know about this. Tomorrow this is going to happen or something. And were you like, holy shit, I didn't see that coming, but you did. Does that happen?
Countless times. I can't even count. Can't even count. I have a lot of spiritual friends, psychic friends who are just very good at knowing what's going on behind the scenes with certain people or situations, or that, whatever, like predictions were made about me when I was 20 years old and told me predictions that was going to happen to me in my late 50s of success. And damn it, this woman was right. Her short range goal was so, but when she predicted stuff for me on long range goals and certain things of success or things that I was going to experience, I was like, wow, this is pretty wild.
Well, so taking the concept that you're playing this game of life and you're doing this and you give yourself amnesia so you don't know these things that are going to happen, isn't what you're doing cheating? You're cheating in the game by telling people what they had specifically given themselves amnesia about so they wouldn't know and they would learn along the way.
Well, a lot of times, how many times do people keep on repeating the same past pattern relationships and they feel like they're dealt a bad hand, like everyone who I tend to go out with or attract, they're all a-holes and blah, 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 blah. And so
you're not talking about personal experience, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. No, but everybody, I counsel a lot of people. So I tell them, I give people a better understanding about themselves so that and I help them rewire their way of thinking about themselves and how life really is so that they could start to make healthier choices so they could break a past pattern habit. So some people are stuck. So it's like being a tutor for somebody who's in school who can't get the algebra. So I'm helping them get past certain limitations that they put upon themselves.
Would you be willing to read one of us during the course of this episode?
Well, you right now is like, you keep on wanting to keep something working that's not working right now. And you're trying. You're trying every which way. No, it's not the podcast, but you're trying.
Probably karaoke online.
No, it looks like more of a mechanical object. I'm seeing it kind of looks like a mechanical object. It's either that or it's a relationship. But I don't know. At least metaphorically, they're showing me it's a mechanical object, and you keep on trying and trying, or it's nickel and diming you to death. Now, when I say nickel and diming, it could also be emotionally. It's nickel and diming you to death. And you keep on trying to accommodate. You're trying to fix it. You're trying to make it better. And it's not. And it's not working. And you're very frustrated.
I guess that's something for the future. Because
do you want to do me, Artie?
I'm too lazy to make things work.
I'm afraid to hear it. But if you want to do me, that would be cool.
I got to be me. I've got to be me.
Greg wants you bad.
Yeah. All right. Hold on.
You can do me.
All right, hold on. Let me see his picture. Let me see you.
Closer.
Should I take the hat off with the hat?
Get closer to the camera, Greg. Look into your
eyes.
I
think him seeing your forehead is key. I think the eyes are probably the most important
eyes
part.
Or
Am I right, Artie?
nostrils might be useful.
Yeah.
Right now, see, I'm not looking at him, and there's three of you here, so it's like it could be with any of you because I'm hearing three different voices. So there are times where I think I'm reading one person, it could be with another. So even though I told you mechanically, or there's something where you keep it could be with one of the other two that are right there, because I'm picking up on the energy. There are times where somebody was asking me about their kid, and I was giving them the detailed answer and say, no, that's not them, but that is the other child that you're talking about exactly. So that
does it help
happen.
that Brendan is in Florida and Greg and I are in Oregon?
Yeah, but I'm picking up on your I'm picking up on your souls energetically. Location has nothing to do with it. That's why a lot of people ask me. They say, "Hey, Art, how is it that you're able to read over the phone, or do I have to be in person?" The answer is no, because I'm connecting soul to soul, spirit to spirit. but I will try to read on him as far as what I might get with him. But I don't know why I can't see him or what he has to do so I could pick up more on his energy. Hold on a second. What's your full? Give me your full name, first, middle, and last.
Gregory David Pettix.
Gregory David Pettix. All right, hold on just a second, Crit. Hold on. Hold on.
You're making him work, Greg.
Hmm?
So you're making him work.
I think that's just because Greg is kind of a black hole.
I know. He gets. I got nothing.
No
future.
He's got the cards out for you, Greg. Oh, this will be great.
Oh,
no
sweet.
Can you do the runes?
I want to be next.
Do they make runes? Do they make runes?
See, but right now I'm picking up to it. Wait, I need just to focus on Greg. Otherwise, I might be picking up. So the other two have to keep quiet. I need to focus on Greg. Say your full name again.
Gregory David Pettix. Rummy.
You're gonna be going to someplace really nice because I see you getting dressed up for a special occasion, and I see you there's a tailor that's trying to fit you on for size. So I don't know if you are like going to a wedding, but you're gonna or something like that, but you're going to a special occasion because I see you wearing something nice, and I'm seeing a gentleman putting on really nice new clothes on you. And which I know you're not usually doing, but
no.
in this case, you are going to get dressed up. It's going to be a special occasion.
So like a quinceanera or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So there's somebody from your past who you had the crazies for that I see coming back. So I see coming back into your life. You're going to be meeting somebody. And I'm hearing something about teenage love. There is somebody who you are nuts about that's going to be coming back into your life. I think her name's Cheryl Teagues. Could be wrong, but no.
She was special to me. I had the poster on my wall.
Cheryl Teagues?
Yeah, I had that poster, the famous
there
poster.
You go. See, I'm talking inadvertently. There you are. And that's why you're getting all dressed up for this suit, because you want to look good for her.
Wow.
But she kept herself well.
And Farrah Fawcett's there too. She was another poster.
Of course. With her hair back and that beautiful smile. Of course.
There was a Star Wars poster too. Anything involving that?
No. May the Schwartz be with you.
Jews in space.
See, you're very consistent with what you do. You like the same old, same old. There's a part of you that would like to have new and exciting, but yet you keep on playing your cards very consistently. And I just see you like you're more like the routine, and you like to have control. So it would benefit you for yourself personally and business wise if you allowed yourself to be more open and listen to what other people's thoughts have to be said to you, and not feeling like, no, I know. It's like you tend to get a little agitated when people are imposing thoughts to you when you're in a zone of trying to do something and you shut down. Huh?
I'm kidding. I said I am not, but I'm kidding. That's pretty close. That last one, I'm like a hobbit. I'm very in my little routines. Don't like to do anything exciting.
Yeah, to do anything different. That's what I said. You're very conservative. But like I said, you are going to end up coming across teenage love, and you're going to be looking at their picture. You're going to be there's going to be a conversation about her, unless if you do happen to come across her personally. And I just see you like, oh wow, oh my God, I remember when. It's like you're going to have like one of those epiphany moments. Someone is going to do something very special for you in regards to giving you something of your past, or from somebody who you really loved or cared about, and you're getting something very special of theirs, and you might already have it, whether it be one of their trinkets, it could be a piece of jewelry, but I see you owning something of somebody who is very important to you of your past. Does that make sense now?
Not now, but maybe that'll happen.
But I definitely see that happening. I see that happening.
Are those the rune cards?
But I also, no, these are actually tarot cards, but I don't read tarot cards. I just flip them over. I have no clue what any of these cards mean.
Wow.
I really don't. I just flip them and it just sends off images. The energy of the cards just flip off images to me.
Huh.
So, but what else? You're also a late night binger. You like to eat late at night. You're a late night binger.
I used to be, but not so much anymore. Maybe you're seeing my past.
Well, COVID has changed things for lots of people.
Yeah.
You're a late night binge drinker.
Yes.
Did you were you just getting upset? There was something that wasn't working right and you were getting upset and you were forcing it or you're hitting it and then you ended up breaking it?
No, because I'm too cheap to ever do that. I do get angry when I make little mistakes, but I never like throw something on the ground because I know I won't be able to afford to replace it.
No,
So
but there's something that I see you getting very frustrated with. And that means, so if I'm telling you something you can't appreciate now, then this is something that's to be.
Yeah, it could happen.
So that's why I say it doesn't make a difference to me whether people could relate to me in the moment or not, because then it's going to happen later. And somebody always used to make you your favorite breakfast. Like you love the pancakes or the French toast. And there was like a big thing every single time they made it for you. It wasn't done all the time, but when it was made for you, it was like a big thing.
Not really. That was just a normal thing. Pancakes and French toast every weekend.
Every weekend.
But I loved it. It was special to me. I loved eating pancakes.
Okay. Yeah. So every weekend. So it was but it wasn't an everyday thing, but it was a special thing. But that's what I saw, pancakes and French toast. So you're definitely a foodie person because that's what gives you, believe it or not, most of the pleasures of life. So when you're busy or when you're feeling whatever, you always go to food and or treats or whatnot, and that emotionally feeds you and it puts you in that's actually your fastest way of happiness is your eating, believe it or not. But not just eating healthy, but eating fun foods.
Yeah.
And that's what puts you in a really good mood. And it really does. They say that, it's an old wives' tale that, the fastest way to a man's heart is through his stomach. For you, that's 100% true. So if you were to marry a chef, you'd have a constant 24-hour orgasm.
But I'd be 500 pounds.
Your fun food is
500 pounds, but a happy, wobbly 500 pounds.
I do appreciate it. Whenever I get free food from someone, I always like them a little more. If someone stranger says, "Hey, Greg, you want this sandwich?" I'm just like, God, I like this person now. What a great guy. Give me a sandwich.
It always tastes sweeter when someone else is purchasing or helping out and stuff.
Exactly.
Like that.
Sure.
Yeah, I know you love a good flea market. I know you love the good deal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For comic books.
I haven't been to one in a long time, but I like bargains. Value Village, all those little stores, cheapo stores.
I want you to play the scratch off lottery. You're gonna win some money playing like a $2 or $3 scratch off.
Do I have to give you a percentage of the winnings?
Well, only one person out over 100 have given me a winning. One person, well over 100. And I've told people many of winnings about gambling or whatever. And only two people, I apologize. 2 people have.
You give me a winning scratch off ticket, I'll give you 50%. I guarantee it right now.
I joke around, when I'm with a crowd of people, I joke around. I said, "Excuse me, everybody. I don't know what I did with it, but I misplaced $1 million. If you find it, I promise I'll give you 50% as a reward."
Do you like to go to Vegas? Are you a gambler? Because
I love to gamble. I'd love to gamble. I went to Vegas last February, actually. I just lost a little bit. And people say, "Well, if you're a psychic, how come you can't see that for yourself?" Because it's ego-based. I can't see winning situations. So I've given out winning lottery numbers. You can't ask it from me. It has to come through naturally, spiritually. So I've given out pick 3s, pick 4s. I've given out winning numbers. But if I play it, it will never come out. But if I just give it, then it will come out most of the time.
Makes sense.
So people say, "Well, if you're that good of a psychic, then why aren't you a billionaire and predict all these with these financial?" It's like, because it's not made for me to have that gift for that reason,
Could you do it for your wife, though? If you were married, you could give her all the winning stuff.
Yeah, it'd still be ego-based, though, because you're doing it for somebody close to you so you can get something from it.
You're right, 50%.
Right.
Yeah. 50%.
Right.
Can you
So
do
do those
Brendan
cards
now?
tell you anything about Brendan?
About who?
About Brendan? Did anything
Brendan
come
is
up
the-
about Brendan? He was like chomping at the bit.
The other guy.
Yeah, the
The
guy
other
with the
guy.
hat.
Well, let me have your full name.
Brendan.
It's Brendan Ian, middle name Haggerty.
I see Irish St. Patty's Day all around you. I'm only kidding.
Yeah, no
Oh,
kidding.
that's
Wow,
so
that's
true.
amazing.
I've even been with him on St.
Irish
Patrick's Day.
smiling. I see banging into the wall. So there was this. So here's a good joke for you. So there's this Irish guy, and he walks into a bar. What, that could happen?
Right, exactly.
The funny thing with you is like you're a good storyteller, and you love to listen to stories, like funny stories and stuff. You're bouncing back and forth a lot, and you have a pretty good memory when it comes to telling stories or jokes. Did you used to play foosball?
No.
Okay, you're going to end up being at some kind of a picnic or outdoors where I see people playing foosball.
Okay.
And you also have a like a Gemini type personality. It's like when you're hot, warm, friendly, and then when you're cold, you're nasty. But there's definitely a black and white side to you. There's the playful best guy in the world side, and there's that son of a bitch side. And it's like you even know when you're like that, and it's like I don't give a shit. It's like you just running that hot and cold. So it's almost like in the sense of being moody. I want to say I'm not judging you because I don't hang out with you. I'm just telling you what I'm getting.
No, I'm sure my wife would agree with that assessment.
You're going to need to get a cyst removed, either you or your wife, but everything's going to be fine. I feel like it's probably going to be benign, but I'm seeing something with a cyst and or polyps, and it's going to need to be removed. And but everything's going to be perfectly fine.
I have a medical appointment coming up very soon. So God, I hope I don't have a cyst, but I'm glad to hear it. If I do, that it's going to be okay.
Yeah, everything's going to be fine. You don't have to worry about it.
You have to give him 50% of the cyst.
So are you the one that likes to walk out in the rain, or is that your wife?
It'd be more my wife than me. I mean, I
Okay,
like the
yeah.
rain, but
Yeah, because I see her like she doesn't mind walking out in the rain and just enjoying the outdoor. You know, she just doesn't mind sunshine. It doesn't bother her at all. You know, it's like whatever, you know. The reason why I say that is because right now I'm hearing the song in my head, "A raindrop keep falling on my head." You know, I'm hearing that song by BJ Thomas. So it just tells me happy go lucky. Did you guys already make plans to go to Florida or the islands? Because I see you guys going to Florida or the islands.
well, I mean, we're in Florida.
Oh, you are? I didn't even know that.
I live in Florida, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that because I just saw Florida.
Oh, okay.
All right, hold on. Oh, you're lucky. It's about 80 degrees there.
Yeah, it's nice. We're not experiencing any of that southern Texas, whatever.
You're going to help somebody. You or your wife is going to end up helping somebody to get out of a major jam that they can't get out for themselves. And they're stuck in their life, but yet you're going to help somebody get out of a big mess.
Okay.
But you're going to care about this person so much, it's like you won't even care. It's like the best of you is going to come out, and you're just going to do whatever you can to help out this person because this person's really in desperado mode, and but you really love and care about this person a lot, and so you and/or your wife will end up helping out this person to get out of a deep situation that they just can't get out for themselves.
That makes sense to me. That's actually very real.
Get on.
Yep. I'd say.
You're fickle with money. Sometimes money means a lot to you, and sometimes you don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Mostly I don't give a shit, but my wife is very fickle about it.
Yeah. Are you guys a Beatles fan?
I like the Beatles.
My wife is. I'm not. My sister was a big Beatles fan. My older sister, and she passed away. And so
Okay,
the Beatles
that's
are
her.
a little.
That's her pulling through. This is your sister pulling through,
Yeah.
and she is telling you how much she loves you, and she said thank you for everything, for being there for me towards the end, and for being who you are. And she just wants you to know I really am very proud of you. And at moments of time, you get in that mode of thinking of her at moments of time, and you'll get emotional. But I see her rubbing your back, and she says, I'm okay. She wants you to know she's okay. She's also giving you a reference of the butterfly to let you know that she's around you. So when you see the butterflies, that will be.
Okay. Now stop right there. I want my two skeptic friends to understand something. That's unbelievable. My sister died in a car accident. Before she passed away, I was much younger than her, like 10. I gave her a butterfly necklace.
Holy.
And when they brought her body back from Atlanta, we were in New Mexico. When they brought her body back from Atlanta, they didn't bring her body, but they brought her ashes. She had been cremated. One of the things that her several ex-boyfriends came back for the funeral, because we laid her down in New Mexico, gave me back that butterfly necklace. That's true. No bullshit. Absolutely.
Good job,
100%.
Artie.
Ooh.
Artie,
So all you did was
Artie.
just validate what he already knew about himself.
We're having an
Yeah.
Artie party.
Yeah, we're having a mini Artie party. But anyway, that's pretty amazing. That's pretty cool.
Artie.
Everybody's swinging.
I just want the
Everybody's-
thing where Greg dresses in a suit to come true.
I've done that.
That
I've got a
will
wedding.
happen.
So all the
There's
things
no
you're saying
doubt. I
aren't from
see-
the past. They're the things that are going to happen.
Yeah. So there
Okay.
are things where it's so vivid in my mind. It's so vivid in my mind. I know I'm not wrong. And that's one of them that I definitely see him getting altered. He's buying a suit. You're going to get a suit and it's going to need to be altered. Or either that, or it's like one of his really good suits that he might own if he does own one, but it's a really good suit, but it's going to need to be altered. But I see a really nice suit being altered to go to a special occasion. When he
Now,
meets
see when
Cheryl
our
Teagues.
guest from earlier today comes from Canada and takes you to an Oscar party, Greg.
Yeah. Or Cheryl Teagues.
That's what it is.
All right. Well, I
You
guess
know
maybe
what-
I should get. Was there more for Brendan that you wanted to tell him?
I mean, that was it.
Okay.
But your sister's blowing you kisses right now and letting
That's
you know
nice.
how much she loves you. And she says it's important. Tell everybody. She goes, I'm not hurting at all. I'm doing really good. She goes, and she said, thank you for the tattoo. And also pay attention to the flickering lights.
Okay.
A tattoo.
I don't have a tattoo. Pay attention to the flickering lights. I'll have to think about that. But okay.
All right. Somebody did a tattoo on her behalf. And don't be surprised if it is of a butterfly.
Might have been my brother. I'd have to check. If I find out that my brother has a tattoo of a butterfly that he got,
Call him up right now. Call him up right now, Brendan.
He's local. He's up there in Vancouver. Anyway, I'll find out. I don't know.
And
It's a
if anything,
possibility.
I do believe there is a tattoo, if anything, but it might be of a butterfly, but it would either have it will either say like I love you or always and forever, something like that.
I'll check with my brother. My older brother that has no tattoos, but my other brother who is closer to her, and my older brother's, whatever. But maybe it's a possibility.
And it
I'd have
also
to
might
ask.
be a picture of a red rose, because I'm seeing something like that also.
So if you
Okay.
ask your brothers this question about your sister, you think they're gonna like laugh at you and give you a hard time?
No, they're not going to laugh. They're going to go, holy shit, how'd you know?
Yeah, no, not my.
All right. Well, we definitely need to report back on this, Brendan, as to
I'll give you a report back.
what happened on that. All right. So I guess I should stick myself in the barrel today.
There.
So as long as you're okay with it, Artie, I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm fine with
I mean,
it.
this is
Yeah.
something people pay you for, and we're taking advantage of you to a certain
That's
extent.
all right.
So.
That's all right.
But we'll let you totally promote.
If you were Hooter girls, I wouldn't mind you taking advantage of me as much.
If I was a Hooter girl, that'd be somebody who should get fired from Hooters.
You'd never
Say
get
your
hired.
full name.
That's right.
You know that
All right,
I
my
live in
full name is Matthew David Bracci.
Matthew David what?
Artie.
Bracci.
Bracci. Or what?
One last thing before you get to
To
Matt.
this guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I live in Clearwater, Florida. Clearwater, Florida is where Hooters originated. So I can go to the original Hooters. It's about 10 minutes from my house.
He can fondle
Isn't
the
it funny
original
how I
Hooters
just
if he
mentioned
wants.
Hooters right now?
Yeah.
So maybe I should go to Hooters and look for a Hooters girl with a butterfly tattoo. I don't know.
Right, and just
There
don't
you
tell your
go.
wife.
And wouldn't it be
That's
funny
right.
wouldn't it be funny if that the person who you see with the tattoo, and mark my words, this is probably going to happen, is going to have the name in scripture of your sister's name?
Okay.
That'd be
That would be
freaky.
eerie.
I will
weird.
check that out. I'll report back.
Who is Carol or Caroline?
It's the name of a song, I guess. Sweet Caroline.
No, not just that. Either that or that was like a big song to them that meant a lot. Sweet
The only Carol
Caroline.
I know is actually my uncle.
All right, and he's passed.
No, he's alive.
He's still alive.
He goes by Jimmy, but Carol is actually his real name.
Okay.
His first name, anyway.
All right, stop. He has some issues going on with his sinuses. There's something going on with the whole sinus area. Either that or it might be a problem with COVID in his body. It's either COVID's in his body or he has problems with his sinuses, really bad issues. Might be a deviated septum or something like that. But he's got some issues going on there that he needs to get taken care of. Now, he's not even here, but I'm picking him up through you. And I'm saying the name Carol. And there's a reason why I get what I get.
Yeah, he's in the Baltimore area, is where he is.
Yeah, it makes no difference to me, but
Yeah.
I'm
just scanning my memory for any other carols that I know.
no, that's
Forget
it. Nope, that's it. That's who I'm
That's
picking
him?
up on.
No, interesting.
Hold on a second. Shoot, I just had.
I just took a communion wafer there.
Do you hang up a caricature picture of yourself? A cartoon picture of yourself?
I used to have one that I would hang up occasionally over the years. I don't know where it is now.
Yeah, I see you with it. You're gonna find it again, but I do see you with it. I just started seeing a caricature picture of you.
It's probably in the garage, or it's probably sitting on the floor around here somewhere. I don't know where I don't know what I did with it. That was something I got made back in college.
You're gonna end up finding a piece of jewelry that somebody misplaced or lost, and they've been looking for it forever. And you're gonna happen to be at the right place at the right time.
Okay. I will keep an eye out for sparkly things.
First, I don't know why. Do you have a thing for Milton Berle? Like, what was he like one of your favorite comedians, or what is it? For some reason, I see Uncle Milty or Milton Berle.
Uncle Milty. Well, I mean, I kind of liked Milton Berle. I wasn't a huge fan. Didn't hate him.
Is there like a joke that you usually use from him or something? There's something either you're using his antics, the way he says things, or there's a joke that you just usually say, but there's something about Milton Berle that's connected with you.
Huh. I have no idea. I haven't thought about Milton Berle in decades. Um, I mean, it's possible, you know. I mean, I was always interested in the early days of comedy,
The early
and
comedy, because I just heard the king of comedy. You're probably
um,
going to be seeing something of his soon.
I mean, I
In
know
the
I was
near future.
watching Three Stooges recently, but I wasn't thinking of Milton Berle while I was doing it. Mainly
No.
because I was doing research into a different guest.
Yeah, there's going to be something with Milton Berle that's going to be coming across your path. What it's about, it's just about fun, just about having fun.
It's like basically wearing women's clothing, I would think. I mean, he's known for, I think he's probably the king of the dad jokes, Milton Berle, or at least of stealing other people's jokes, if I remember correctly.
There you go.
About Milton Berle. I remember him from It's a Mad, 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 Mad World.
That was hysterical. Oh my God, I cried laughing watching that movie.
That's one of the movies.
First time I ever saw that movie, I would swear to God, I was crying laughing. I was crying laughing when they were trying to cross the river, and then they ended up going down the river when it looked like it was just a little creek, and the whole car started going down. Oh my
God! There's a lot of good moments from that movie. That was a funny one.
I remember it like it happened yesterday. I was laughing so hard. There's something that you keep on procrastinating about fixing in your home.
That's and like nearly everything.
Nearly everything. Yeah, but I just see you like procrastinating, trying, fixing things, or just things are loose, or, you would start feeling much, much better literally about yourself when you start to get little projects finished and complete.
Yeah.
It's just, you keep on getting used to the uncomfortableness, like, just the way, but I'm just telling you, it really is. It's going to raise your personal self-esteem for yourself when you start walking in your own place and everything looks just so cool. And it's so beautiful. And but you need to start becoming more conscientious about your own place, because I see a lot of things that are kind of discombobulated.
No, that's handy advice. I'll agree with you there. I've said that to other people before, honestly. So I'll definitely agree on that.
Yes, you have. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, in fact.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about Matt's self-esteem getting higher.
Did you just started doing something? Were you guys, and I don't know because I haven't seen the show, unfortunately. But I see you doing something where you guys are going to be doing something where I can name that tune in so many notes. There was something about having picking out phrases and what song does it belong to, or you're saying just doing a few tunes and then, oh, that belongs to that. Were you doing like a part of your segment or your show in regards to music?
It's kind of a normal thing actually with Greg and I, because we're both kind of bonded over karaoke. So it's often we'll come up with song titles or something like, and that's like a staple of my personality, is often just rattling up.
Because I didn't know that.
And I've seen you do that too, Artie, actually, on some footage of you. I've seen you'll start just rattling off pieces of songs here and there.
Because it comes into my mind in the moment.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm referring, like I'm because I really don't remember. My memory really sucks.
Ditto.
And so the very first time I ever heard a song as a message, because I hear a lot of songs. I hear a lot of songs as messages. The first time I ever heard a song is when a lady once said to me, says, "Art, what do you see for me in my relationship?" And she was like in her late 50s at the time. And as soon as she asked me that question, I started hearing the song by Stevie Wonder, "That's Me and You, a Part-Time Lover." And then all of a sudden, I said, I'm sorry. I said, but I feel like he's cheating on you. She goes, "I think you're right." I said, "I know he's right, because randomly, I haven't heard that song in a long time, and I'm hearing that song in my head, Part-Time Lover. So I do feel like he's having an affair on you." So that was the very first time I ever heard a song as a message.
So Greg is cheating on me?
Yes.
But don't worry, he meant nothing.
I'm on another podcast with someone else, Matt.
But you kind of take things lightheartedly, And very rarely will you blow up when you're, it takes a lot to get you really blown up and really hurt. But even when there are certain things that really, really bother you, you'll still fester it inside because there's something about you that you don't really get out your full emotions. You keep a lot of it inside you.
Except when Brenda and
you
I
allow
yelled at each
things
other. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
And you internalize more. Well, it's different between you and friends, but I'm talking more so probably with either with a love in your life or your family members. It's like for some reason, it's like there's a taboo about you being afraid to fully express when you're hurt or angry about certain sensitive topics, and it bothers you, but you don't really express yourself like you should.
Okay.
Bingo.
You say you want to do a lot of things, but you really don't put enough action into creating what it is you say you want to get done. You know, you stick with the same old, you stick with what you know, you stick with what you got. But when it comes to like really, really stepping up your game in something that you would really like to experience, you have a hard time following through on your actions to make things manifest. You have to be more serious in your actions to create your thoughts to become your reality. And that's one of your downfalls to yourself. So if you want to become more successful, you say, Artie, well, I've become successful. Well, it depends how much marketing and how much energy you put into something to make it happen. You can make a lot of things happen, but you kind of get lazy. Like you like the thought and the idea of wanting what it is you want, but your actions don't really pull through on your thoughts and your words.
Right.
If it's within your easy grasp, yeah, you'll do it. But other than that, if it takes anything effort past the norm, you tend to let things go too easily, too much. And also one of your pleasures is I see you like love eating at a restaurant by the water. It's like one of your favorite places, or like you enjoy chilling out, eating out. And I see it like more or less when the weather's nice, because I see you eating more outdoors, like enjoying outdoors and enjoying the cool breeze or the ambiance. And I see this as being one of your favorite places to go to or things to do. And it has to do with eating at a restaurant outdoors.
I think these days, eating at any restaurant I would like to do.
Yeah, but you're going to enjoy it. But I'm seeing it also by the
COVID
water.
hasn't. Well, I mean, I do have a couple of fond memories of my wife and I having meals at a restaurant where we can see the sunset over like the ocean. But I'm also good in like, you know, with mountains around, or if it's a really nice place, and, you know, but, you know, I think food is something that brings a lot of people together, you know, that many people enjoy having.
But when you
nice
go to
places.
restaurants, if you have a choice to eat indoors and outdoors, 9 times out of 10, you'll be happier eating outdoors than you will indoors.
Interesting, because 9 times out of 10, I will eat indoors because I don't really like eating outdoors.
Huh. And I actually, I don't know why I'm seeing that differently. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to think about it. Generally, I'd prefer less insects, the better.
It has to do with you stepping out of your comfort zone to do things that you really like to do.
Yeah.
I feel like you do things to stay in your comfort zone.
I'm pretty much about comfort. That's true. I like the comfort.
Because you're very self-conscious about yourself. And that's why I think you make the choices you do. Because you're too self-conscious about yourself and you play your cards very low and you're very conservative in that way. You have potential to be more successful than what you are, but you need to step out of your comfort zone and get out of this complacent attitude.
Yeah, I think for me, it's, and this goes back a number of years where I just stopped making major goals for myself. That's where the complacency comes from, is that I didn't create a goal to strive for. So,
and that's like, what I was telling you.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're happy just being where you're at, then that's perfectly fine. You don't have to be the most successful or number one or the best at whatever. If you're happy with just staying where you're at, then there's nothing wrong with that if you're happy. But if you're walking around frustrated, wanting more, it's like wanting to have a great body. You got to dedicate yourself to be able to do something to get what it is you want.
Right.
Just wanting it doesn't do crap for you. Just wanting it. It's your thoughts put into action will create your reality. And you have to be consistent at it. And then you'll get whatever it is that you're looking for.
That's sound advice.
And on that note,
Artie, thank you so much for giving us free
I think
readings.
it totally fits our client, which is, what is the name of this client? Because I didn't know where we were going to go with this today. So you were fantastic in helping us address our client of the day, which is what is the name of this client. But I really appreciate you coming on and dealing with us, because we're not necessarily the easiest to deal with in terms of...
No, it's easy.
Yeah.
No, I just go with it. I enjoy the flow. I don't take nothing personally at all. I enjoy it. I just go with the pleasure of having fun.
Now, I heard you mention on some other podcast that you had gone to the University of Maryland for 2 years, but it was just because you had friends who were going to school there.
Yeah, I tell everybody.
What were the 2 years you were at the University of Maryland?
The University of Boston in Maryland. It was when I was, let's see, I'll tell you, it was around the year of 1980, 81.
I was going to say, because we might have come across each other at the University of Maryland at like a party, maybe back in the 80s, but that was much earlier than the time I stopped by the University of Maryland for a party where I wound up sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, the Boston party and the Maryland party. It was a tea party.
Artie, well, is there anything you would like to kind of end off in terms of what you want people to get from you in general? Like we can say your website, which is www.artiehoffman.com, ARTIEHOFFMAN.com for those of you out there who don't know how to spell Artie Hoffman.
I suppose they could find you on Facebook where you do your Artie parties. Yes.
Well, my Artie parties are in person. I do private reads over the phone. Besides in person, I'm in Woodbridge, New Jersey, which is Central Jersey. So, so I do FaceTime, I do over the phone, Skype, whatever. I've read for people all around the world, literally England, Italy, Ireland, South Africa, Canada,
wow.
All over the place, all 50 states. I've read for everybody, when they call me up, because like I said, time and space doesn't mean anything in the spiritual world. Everything's of the same. But as far as to have an Artie party, people hire me and I travel to go to people's homes and I read for their friends and family. Now I can read for them individually, or there are people who are all in one room. And then I make a show of it, like a 2.5 hour show, and I read for everybody in the same room. Or I could read for them individually. And I tell everybody, please record it. Anybody who's doing a reading for you and they say, oh no, I don't want you to record it, that's a red flag to me, because that means they don't have faith in what they're telling you, or they're afraid they're going to be wrong. If they tell you it's for spiritual reasons, I don't believe in that bull crap at all. Oh, the spirit doesn't like you to record. That's a bunch of bull crap. Anybody who tells you that there's been a curse on you, somebody placed a curse on you, and for $1,000, $2,000, $80,000, I'll remove the curse from you. Nobody put a curse on you of your past. The person who told you that they put a curse on you, that's the person who put a curse on you, because they're creating and manipulating you, trying for you to pay them money to remove the curse. And that's not right at all. If anybody tells you when you're going to die, just walk away, because that's not nice either. When somebody is predicting, when you're going to die. The only time I'll tell somebody when someone's going to die is if they're already on their deathbed and they want to prepare, whether it be a week, 2 weeks, a month. It's already, they're knocking on heaven's door. So that's a little different. But when somebody's basically kind of healthy or whatnot, and you say, hey, Art, when do you see me dying? I ain't freaking telling you that, because whether it be right or wrong, subconsciously planting the seed, you could create that to become a self-fulfilling prophecy.
So you're like a nice psychic. You're a nicic.
I'm a nicic. That's a first. I've heard it. People have called me their psychic therapist, and I've also been known as Artie Hoffman, psychic Jew with a clue.
Jew with a clue.
Artie, could you tell me where I could get a decent slice of pizza in Portland that's like New Jersey style? That's what I need to know.
Anything with the word Jersey or New York in Portland, I'm sure you'll do pretty good. So, but I also want everyone to know that if you want to get a private reading with me, you could also email me at artiehoffman@gmail.com, or you could call me at 732-778-7173. And I'll repeat it, 732-778-7173. So you can call me or text me. Sunday nights, every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time, I have a Facebook Live show. And I do readings for people for free called Angels and Answers. So 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you check out Artie Hoffman, Angels and Answers, I'll connect to your loved ones or tell you about your love life or say to you, why are you still with the bum? Whatever.
And you get to that.
I don't know.
You get to that. Okay, boys. You get to that Facebook Live by going to your Facebook page, or should they look for you on Facebook or what?
Yeah, go to Facebook page, Artie Hoffman's Angels and Answers, my Facebook page, and share it, like it. I also have my Instagram, Artie Hoffman, and I put up inspirational messages every single day. It really is a great way to start off each day because it's very inspirational, very positive, and I bring a lot of food to thought. And so the book that I wrote called Angels and Answers, you're going to think that I wrote that book specifically for you. You're going to have so many aha moments that you're going to say, wow, this guy really got it, because I explain a lot about life on a very deep level, but I explain it very simplistically so you understand it, you'll get it. And I think you're going to be impressed with the book and my second book that's coming out soon, Have Your Angels Call My Angels. You're going to love them both. And I also explain about relationships.
Well, there you go, Greg. So Greg, before we had this, I'm just going to be completely forthright, had an utter disdain and hatred for people in your line of work. Now, I'm wondering, Greg,
that's a little strong.
Okay. Has your point of view changed at all by having Artie on?
Well, Artie's a really likable guy. I really like Artie. But
okay, good.
I don't know if I...
put it this, you're going to have people who are really good. I like my friends who are close to me, really good psychics, or mediums, and then you have other people who are just shysters. They're just a-holes. They're just out to take advantage of people. But just because somebody has a gift, I have the gift. So people say, well, if you're doing God's spiritual work, then why are you getting paid? Same thing as a priest and a rabbi gets paid, and a nurse gets paid, and a doctor gets paid, and a therapist gets paid. Well, being that I could afford to do this full time, that means my time is more available so that I could help out a lot more people. Because if I did have to work a regular full-time job, that means my time would not be available to help out as many people as I do.
Makes sense to me. Got to eat, regardless.
Yeah, and
so I don't feel guilty at all.
Yeah.
Greg, if I go to this doctor, I have a pending doctor's appointment and many things to discuss. If I find out that I have some sort of cyst that is operable and is not a problem, you're gonna give Artie $50.
I'm gonna go on Artie's show.
Artie gets 50% of the cyst too.
I'm gonna go on Artie's Facebook page every Sunday night or whatever that is. I'm gonna become a fan. No, I want to know about your brother though. Artie, did you write down Artie's number? Because you should call him if you find out your brother has a tattoo of a butterfly.
I'll go through the interview later, and I'll check all those things out. Or just to see
if he has a butterfly on your sister's behalf. I mean, a tattoo. A tattoo of your sister's behalf.
Or a rose,
there's a strong possibility.
And forever, or something like that, if I recall correctly. Anyway, I want to thank Artie Hoffman very much for coming on the show. We're not necessarily the easiest people to talk to, but we really appreciate everything you did. I hope you're accurate with 100% of the things that you had to say about them, but not about me. And
you're one of the good ones, Artie. You're one of the good psychics.
Thank you very much.
And we typically end our show just by saying, thanks, Maria.
Thanks, Maria.
Thanks, Maria.